Good. It's almost afternoon. Good day. It is March 17th of 2022. I hope this day finds you well, in a good vibe, having a good day. As per usual, this is your mid-month update. Yeah, let's chat about some things. Okay, so right now, I don't even know where to begin. I think I say that every month. It's really important that we stick to a larger picture vision right now. And then zoom in on us, ourselves in that picture, and stay focused on that. There are so many tests that are happening right now. And a lot of it is karmic. To see if we can pick up on the patterns, the karmic patterns that have been taking place in our lives forever. Much of it even including our generational history. And so what that means is we have to be aware, and it's difficult to be aware of your own experience when there are traumatic and dramatic distractions that are surrounding you. I encourage you to not stick your head in the sand about these distractions, but don't get involved. Don't get wrapped up in it. Don't worry about it. Don't become it. And stay focused on what you can do here in order to create the peace that we long for. So both the moon and the sun right now are bringing us into a place of purge. And it's a deep emotional purge, and a lot of it is karmic. And a lot of it, you may not even know the roots. You may not understand why you're holding on to it. You just have to trust that you are letting it go without knowing even why you held it around. It's kind of like carrying a child's coat through a museum when they could have carried it. Like, how did I end up with your jacket? Why weren't you carrying it the last 3 hours? So that's kind of what this is. And there are other factors that are playing into it that we are not going to get into in this video. But just know that you are an emotional being. You are human. You're not a robot. Hopefully you're not a zombie. And as these emotions and energy rise, it's okay to acknowledge them. It's okay to be present with them. It's okay to wonder, why am I feeling this way? And it's okay to say, I don't know that it's mine, but I'm going to let it go. We are being pushed, cosmically pushed, astrologically pushed, energetically pushed into a motion of action. And that's going to look very different for every person. This is not a collective action where we're all moving towards a same rung on the ladder, so to speak. We've been through that. We did that the last 2 years. This is individual. This is personal. And so you might find yourself kind of moving into a almost like a turtle state where you pull into your own shell and you pull back from other people. You need less social interaction. You need more quiet, introspective space. That's all happening right now. And what that is creating is a space for you to be able to go into the heart center of your own personal self and spend some time there. Okay, and then this is where my opening message comes in, because it is really difficult to open your heart space when there's war and turmoil and chaos and crisis at seemingly every turn. And while I'm not denying that those exist, we cannot give it our heart space. We cannot give it our power. And we cannot turn off our heart space because of these events. These events are the exact reason on this exact timeline that are moving us into the heart center activation for the fifth dimensional aspects. And in other videos, I've talked about the fact that 2022 is really the foundation of love and above. So the heart center, the heart chakra, and above in frequencies and in existence. And so it is our norm in American culture and generally across the globe to close your heart chakra off, close your heart center off amidst turmoil, chaos, and fear. Not anymore. Not anymore. So this is where we open. This is where we see neighbors taking care of each other. This is where we see our tiny village coming together to say, hey, listen, if you need something, I can help. Or if I need something, can I reach out to you? This is something that's been coming together, for years now, but I've seen it in clear visions for about probably about 2 years, actually. I was going to say 18 months, but I think it's been longer than that. And so this is telling us, look at the wider vision. We cannot be distracted by all of the events. We have to see that they're a part of it. We can't be hyper-focused on a couple of them. So when we pan out and we see ourselves like, where's Waldo? Where am I in all of this? And who am I with in this whole picture? That's what we need to focus on. And then how do I help? How do I be of service with those people who are surrounding me in this where's Waldo image? Where's Liz? And then who are the 12 to 24 people that are surrounding Liz? And those are the people of my village. Those are the people that I am of service to. Those are the people that are service to me as we move into the fifth dimension further. Many of us are becoming, I don't want to say aware because I think we've been aware, but it's really the only word that's coming to me right now. Many of us are becoming maybe hyper aware of the grip or of how long we have been in the fetal position in survival mode. For many of us in this lifetime, it's been our entire lifetime. And the interesting aspect of the fifth dimension is that it's asking us to unravel from that. It's asking us to trust that the fifth dimension is a safe place. And so for a lot of people who have lived their entire life in survival, trust does not come easy to them. In fact, it's probably the last gift that they have that they hand out. And the fifth dimension is saying, listen, to fully experience and move into the aspect of love and above, I'm asking you to trust me. And I'm asking you to unravel, uncurl yourself from the fetal position. What has kept you in this survival mode, fight, flight, freeze, camouflage, blending in, hiding, diminished in some way, shape, or form? What has kept you there this long? And what is it going to take to let you come out? And those triggers, that's what's starting to surface right now. That's what's entering into your awareness, and that is what the moon and the sun are asking us to move into release. And so there's a lot of an emotional release. There's a lot of emotional trauma that's resurfacing. And for some of us, we're saying, but I've already been this. Why is this surfacing again? And I'll get into that in a minute. But understand that healing, especially as a human psychology, does not happen in a one and done, oh good, I'm past that now. And no, because our growth is constant. And I'll show you that in a lovely diagram soon. I already talked about that. Oh, the downloads. Okay. The sun has been having multiple flares, multiple tantrums, eruptions at the same time. And we're not talking just minor events. These are really, really powerful eruptions. I call them tantrums. And so they put off a lot of geomagnetic frequencies, energies. And what is making its way through Earth's atmosphere is extraordinarily powerful. And for many, it's creating catastrophic events in their technologies. It'll fry a phone in a heartbeat. It will disconnect internet sources or whatever, put your programming down, blah, blah, blah. So we've had, I think it was one Radio 2 blackout, but we've had many Radio 1 blackouts, which generally are just telling us that these are the levels at which they are impacting our technological devices. Now, if we understand that the human is the ultimate technological device, then we are also impacted by this. And what I'm seeing in this cycle of these storms is that this is impacting us at the brain level. And so the brain is literally getting shocked. And then it doesn't come back. Nothing to fear, I guess. That sounds so negative. It isn't anything to fear. It really isn't. It's just, it blows my mind at how naive we as humans are in a general sense to the power that the cosmology, the cosmos energies have on us as a energetic being. And yeah, it's just been interesting. And know that your physical symptoms are very much a part of this. So headaches, nausea, dizziness, vertigo, fainting, collapsing, death, change in appetite, change in grounding maneuvers. So if you typically water was grounding for you, that might change over the next 3 or 4 weeks, depending on what makes it through Earth's atmosphere and then into our aura and our energies. They are causing downloads. Now, what do I mean by download? So if we take our cell phone as an example, again, a part of the technology family. But if we remember, the human is the ultimate technology. Our phones every now and then need to shut down and go through their own little, I think they call it an upload. Memory is another thing that's impacted. Anyway, they upgrade their operating system, or the apps that you have need to go through an upgrade. That's exactly what these solar flares are doing, is they're sending frequencies at which we are now reattuning our bodies to. So what that means then is a lot of what has served you in the past, and we're talking about 10, 15, I'm hearing 12 the past 12 years, a lot of what has served you well over the past 12 years is now disappearing because of these upgrades. And it doesn't mean that it's a negative, it just means you've outgrown it. It's like a toddler in a 3T is now wearing a 6T. And there isn't anything bad about it, it's just growth, it's just change. So a lot of the signs and symptoms of that are headaches, nausea, fainting, vertigo. In fact, I've heard so many people going to ER for vertigo, and the docs are like, I don't know what to tell you, it's vertigo. The larger vision is that it's probably a download. So what do? We drink lots and lots of water, and it's good to leave the water sit out on the counter for a little bit before you drink it. And that's a whole other topic, just trust me on it. Yeah, a couple hours is fine. And if you buy ice, don't put ice in your water. If your fridge makes ice or you freeze your own ice, that's fine. You can put that in your water, but that's a whole other topic. So the downloads are coming in hot and heavy, and that creates a lot of static and change and a general uneasiness in the brain. So that impacts our focus, that impacts our distractibility, that impacts our level of, what I'm finding for myself is I lose words really rapidly. I have it here, but I can't get it from the brain to the mouth. Motivation is changed. You might even see yourself do motivation like dolphin swim throughout the day. We talked a little bit about appetite. Sleep patterns. Whatever. At this point, I'm just going to go with good luck. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about karma. Part of the fifth dimensional aspect is that karma doesn't follow into the fifth dimension. So that means that those of us who are moving further into the fifth dimension are now being slapped in the face with what is karmic patterns and karmic lessons. And for some of us, we've heard the term karma or karmic patterns or the circle of karma. But we haven't really put it into perspective for our own life and our own experience. So here's the scoop. So we know that we have the circle of life, but there's also the spiral of life. Oops. And that's going to be a big spiral. We had a really big growing phase there at first. Okay. So if this is the circle of karma, and we're going to put this karmic lesson right there. So let's pretend that this is the lesson of hanging out with people who bring my vibration down, who make me feel like shit. Okay, that's what this is right here. And lo and behold, throughout our entire lives, let's see if I can do this. I'm so talented. Throughout our entire lives, we continuously kind of go back to this. Oh, yeah, here it is. I hung out with people who are not good for me or make me feel like shit. And now I'm going to have a people hangover for 6 weeks. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do it again because I haven't learned the lesson yet. Okay? And so we're just going to do that. And what this does then is once we figure out, oh, it's the people I'm hanging out with, dang it, then we just exit and we leave that lesson. And now we're jumping on to another karmic one, right? But sometimes we leave the lesson. We got it. Okay, fine. I'm not going to hang out with those people anymore. I'm not going to do family events. I'm not going to go to the mall. I'm not doing this anymore. But sometimes we get tossed back in it. And then, there's that lesson again. Why am I finding myself in this situation again? Oh, crap. I thought I gave that up. But, okay. All right, fine. I'm going to jump off. So that is the circle of karmic patterns. And if we look at it from a standpoint of the spiral of life, here's our karmic pattern of hanging out with people who are not good for me. And it could become the circle that we see up here. It could very easily become the circle that we see up here, right? And just fill that part in. But it is not the circle. This is the spiral. And so here we are, right here. Oh, crap. So I just found out it's the people I'm hanging out with that are not good for me. Okay, so, well, we're not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to just move on. Moving on. And look at all that growth that we made. And here's that karmic lesson. See that? Here we start out. Oh, it's people. Oh, poop. Okay, here we go. Well, see you later. Oh, crap. Here it is again. Wow, I grew. It's not the same people that are making me feel icky, but I've found another place in which this karmic lesson arises in my growth. Okay? And we're going to come across it here too, and here, and here, and here. And so this really shows you how healing in layers is what we're doing. That is true growth, is healing in layers. We're not caught in the same layer, going around and around. You'll hear the metaphor as healing in layers like an onion. So we peel the first layer off, and then we go into the second, and then we go into the third, and that's kind of how that works. So in here, we value and respect the karmic lesson, but we never drag it with us. We never complete the circle. Does that make sense? We're always growing and expanding beyond it. And this is what the fifth dimension is asking us to do right now. Is, okay, get off the circle. Get out. Find a way out. The other thing that's been very obvious to me while working with my own karma and helping clients through their karma is it's sticky. It's sticky shit, man. It sticks. And so these are the things that we tend to mull over, like trying to understand it. And oftentimes karma isn't something for us to understand, it's something for us to observe. And so it's sticky because karma is powerful and it doesn't want to disappear. It wants to stay relevant. So it sticks to our shoes, it sticks to our thoughts, it sticks to our lives. Okay. You can be sticky, but you're not going to impact every day of my life. I'm not going to stay on this sticky carnival ride of karma. So, that is what's happening this month of March and well into April is triggers, is I've been here before, but why am I encountering this again? The karmic patterns, looking at the wider picture of our direction is towards peace. And we don't see peace because all of these distractions have been placed in front of us. They're repeated on the news. They're in the newspapers. They're in the conversations at the cafe. Pull way back until you see both pages of that Where's Waldo book, and then find yourself in that picture. And once you find yourself, who are the 12 to 24 people that are around you, and those are the people that are going to help you. Those are your helpers. Those are your servicers. Those are your harmonizers. And how can you help them? That's our focus for the next 4 weeks, maybe even 8. My schedule. There's some openings left in April. And I do have 2 slots open for coaching. So psychic ability coaching, general spiritual life coaching, Yeah, readings, healings, and card readings. If you have questions, reach out. If you need support, reach out. Star seeds, if you're wondering WTF, reach out. We're going to get through this. I hope nothing but love and peace for all of you. And may the next 4 weeks serve us all well. Bye.